So we started commercialization in 2008, and that we're now fast-moving SME business in the materials sector. We work in growing our business, and our technology is a disruptive technology. In other words, we're working with businesses which often haven't ever used coatings. We actually coat things with diamond to make them hard and wear resistant. We coat things which other people haven't coated or aren't able to coat. So a lot of the work which we undertake is actually introducing technology companies to the idea of using a coating to improve the endurance of their applications, longevity, and that helps in their green creditworthiness and reliability of their equipment. So it's a highly specialized business, mixing disciplines of engineering, chemistry, and physics into one sort of one manufacturing environment. We actually export about 60% of our business last year globally. We work with companies in America, in all throughout Europe, and in Australia and Singapore. Some very large blue chip companies such as GE, Baker Hughes, Schlumberger, oil and gas industry, but increasingly in electronics and military applications. And we were exporting to over 15 countries globally. Our growth trajectory looks like this. Basically, breaking into new markets takes a lot of resilience and long-term view on things, because our customers are looking to qualify our product in their product, and their products are critical to the way their machinery and equipment operate, and they therefore need to make the assurances that our material will actually do the things which we claim it will. Sometimes, for example, increase lifetime of components by 3 to 6 times. Last year we grew our business by 50% in terms of turnover, and this year, in the first 3 months, we will be set to triple our turnover. And I'd like to give you an insight into some of the challenges in doing that, and also how our local LEP, Northamptonshire, has helped us out. So why did we choose Northamptonshire? Well, actually, it's kind of, there's a few things. I live in Loughborough, and the founder lived in Oxford. And in looking for new business premises, when we first filed our patent, I looked throughout the country at lots of different areas. We weren't limited really by proximity to either of us. However, in the end, it did turn out that way. But we were basically looking on the Oxford to North Nottingham corridor for premises. And it came down to a selection of various criteria, but some of them are, one of the main criteria was infrastructure, having a good access to road links, rail links, and other facilities to enable us to receive products, because we receive all our products from overseas or from our customers, and we have to ship them back. Usually we don't have a great deal of stock in our warehouse. So we needed also a strong supply chain with a good engineering support, because we source some components from our suppliers, and we use fixturing and jigging, etc., to hold the parts while we're coating them. So we needed a good engineering expertise, and Northamptonshire offers a great deal of engineering expertise with the Formula One industry. That does bring about its own challenges, of course, because that means that a lot of the engineering expertise is also tied up in the off-season with Formula One business. And also, finally, affordability. We needed premises which provided us with facilities which allowed us to focus on the core business, which was essentially driving our technology into new market areas. So what are some of the growth challenges which we face? First of all, establishing a market for our product. We started off saying that our product would be, as it was hard and wear resistant, we'd go into abrasive wear applications like drilling technology, oil and gas, etc. But you don't always know where you're going to end up in the end, and you have to have a long-term view on funding. So we've ended up, a lot of our business now is coating materials such as copper, which can't be coated by other companies, for things like heat sinks, for electronics applications in critical environments. So the funding development is critical, and we've got a VCT which takes a long-term view on funding, and we also have angel business investors who are prepared in it for the long term. We also need a skilled workforce with the type of qualifications and different areas we get involved with, such as physics, chemistry and engineering. They require a high level of the STEM skills which we're all talking about now and promoting. We also needed to establish repeatable and reliable processes as we developed from a laboratory situation into a manufacturing environment. And all of these things are designed such that with us, we're a micro SME, there's 7 of us, so we don't have a lot of management time to focus on things which are non-core to the business. So how has Northamptonshire LEP helped us? They've helped us with exhibition support by co-locating in stands on Autosport International, for example, a market which we had been looking at entering ourselves. They've helped us by networking, by creating a focused network group, high-performance technology network group, bringing like businesses like our own together to talk about the challenges and to offer doing business together, essentially understanding what we can offer to each other and reinforcing the local infrastructure in terms of engineering. They've offered us social media training so that we can enhance the power of our LinkedIn and Twitter network to extend the reach and reinforce our corporate brand. Meet the Buyers event, and they've also given us export support. Last year we were the best exporter for the East Midlands area. In terms of development funding, they've created for the people in our area a local Innovate product, which is feasibility studies for looking at new engineering sectors. They've also helped us to access European funding by cutting down some of the paperwork and taking away some of the blue tape away from accessing European funding. I don't want to have to employ somebody to administer a grant fund. It's pointless as far as I'm concerned. It's not part of our core business. If we have to do that, then we won't go for that kind of grant funding. They've also helped us to consolidate within the sector through networks, access to purchasing power and leveraging small businesses' purchasing power by grouping it together. In terms of improving our workforce, they've helped us by providing mentoring for myself and also helping inter-company mentoring. So I've been trained as a mentor for other companies, and I donate my time to helping other companies in the Northamptonshire area. And somebody from another business has donated their time to helping one of my employees in developing his engineering management skills. We really need local enterprise partnerships, and this has also been very much supported by the Northamptonshire County Council, who understand our business, who know about the local environment, who are ready to engage with us at a local level to put us in contact and give us really tangible information. We don't want from government, we don't want signposting services. We want services which will give us real tangible results and answers to things like export, etc. In Silverstone, the local LEP and the various LEPs have helped to set up a metrology centre, which helps us to extend the way and the services that we can offer to our customers and the quality of our products, offering equipment, access to open access to equipment which we would never be able to afford as an SME. And they've also offered brokerage services through networking. In terms of continued support moving forward, we need simplification of the processes which we're engaged with so we can continue to focus on our core business. Removing bureaucracy and red tape in terms of export, for example, I don't want to have to fill in 7 pieces of paperwork for export. I want to know exactly which countries I can export to and what products. I don't need to spend half a day finding out whether I can engage with a company in another country. It needs to be tangible results which are really usable rather than signposting services to somewhere else. We need an environment which we can engage with on a continual basis where we understand and there's some longevity of contact. Some of the services which we've been using have recently been removed. Where do we go now for those services? It seems to me that things like MAS could easily be moved, and that kind of support which has been offered by MAS could perhaps be moved into the LEP environment. We need a tax regime which rewards innovation, high-value job creation. We're not about creating masses of low-paid jobs. Our business is about creating high-value, high-skilled jobs which will generate revenue for the UK and also bring money to the UK through export. And, of course, develop skills to help the workforce in a really competitive labour market, which we're experiencing at the moment, and to give the workforce mobility to be able to come and work in the areas where we need them to work. So that's my summary, and thank you very much for your time.